Morning, Gaffer.
Morning, Ginger.
Hey, Gaffer. Oh, yeah, you got nicked again for not wearing a seatbelt. You must be topping up a few points by now.
Yeah, that's just say if I was Manchester United, I'd be delighted. Morning, Bet. Harry, do you know... Where the hell is everybody? There must be an outbreak of being somewhere else, do you think, before? This is Moonbase calling Earth Planet. Come in, click, eat and control.
Oh, hello.
Betty, you are supposed to be here at 8:30 a.m. That stands for ahead of Moffat.
I'm not late, am I?
For going to the Labour Exchange, no. For being anywhere else, yes.
Well, I'm sorry I had a rough night. I've been suffering from insomnia lately.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got good news for you. Insomnia isn't fatal, so don't lose any sleep over it. Oh, Harry, a word in your ear. There wasn't anything in the papers about the Russians dropping an anti-work bomb this morning, was it?
Morning, Gaffer.
How would you know? You just missed it. Not that you're setting a bad example, because there's nobody else there to watch it anyway.
Oh, you mean Charlie's not in yet? Oh, that's disgusting. He's supposed to be duty clocker on this week. I do not know what moral standards are coming to in this country. You can't even trust your mates to cover for you.
I'll go and get you a box of tissues. Well, don't just stand there. Go and lie down. Right, I'll try.
No, I'm going to start working right now on official union business.
Not again.
I'm putting in for a wage claim.
On what grounds this time?
Because if you're going to start coming in early and catching us coming in late, we're never going to be able to live on what's left of our wages.
I see, so you want me to pay you more so you can afford to continue skiving in the manner to which you've become accustomed?
Well, it's a matter of supply and demand.
It is as far as your lot's concerned. By hell, sup tea, lie down and demand more.
Right, that's it. It's a battle. A battle between capital and labour.
How the hell can it be when I've got no capital left and you don't flame in labour?
Now you've got his back up.
Good. Perhaps if we try really hard, we'll be able to raise the rest of him.
You're in a right mood this morning, aren't you? Why all this coming in early and chasing everybody around?
Because, Betty, dear, I am in trouble. Garfords have just retired my old mate Charlie Bostock. Mine, I must admit. He was starting to breathe from memory.
What do you mean, their buyer?
Aye, little chap. Map of the London Underground at the end of his nose.
So you just change your order at the bar in the Red Cow? I mean, they're not likely to replace him by somebody who buys his own drinks, are they?
But they're not appointing anybody I know, are they? They're bringing in some chap called Wrigley from the south. He'll be all clean fingernails and G&T with ice and lemon aftershave. He'll be a right hooray.
Well, I bet he'll be like the rest, with green pound note stains on the palm of his hand.
Maybe, but it's whose pound note. Some of these new brooms can be very scratchy. Anyway, just in case he comes in, I'd like this place to look like a hive of industry. You perhaps could clean it up a bit. Get a shovel, do some dusting. If you want me out, you'll be in the factory. Oh, Struth, not another one. What is this, the yawn chorus?
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, Gaffer, but my dad didn't call me.
Well, I'll try and make up for it, Charlie, by calling you lots of things. I suppose you've had a heavy night as well. That is still no excuse for your working day going on a diet.
Oh, no, Gaffer. I had quite an easy evening, really. People aren't buying all that much petrol these days.
No, of course they're not. It's too damn... But, come again.
Well, I've got this little evening job on the petrol pumps at Smiling Sam's garage, just to help save a bit more towards the wedding.
You mean to tell me that you're tiring yourself out at night, moonlighting, and not getting a proper rest so you'll be fit to fall asleep at work the next day? Charlie, I'm shocked.
I'm sorry, Gaffer. I didn't think you'd mind. You never complained about Harry.
Harry? Well, what's he doing?
I shouldn't have said that.
I never heard a word.
I said I shouldn't have said that.
No, you shouldn't, should you? Because you have given me quite a turn. Now go and do the same thing to your lathe. Hey, you know what I've just found out? Not only is Charlie moonlighting at Smiling Sam's garage, he reckons that Harry's doing the same thing. Charming, isn't it? No wonder he's walking about like a blood donor in a black pudding factory.
Well, you've only got Charlie slip of the tongue for that.
Betty, round here a man is presumed guilty till he's proved guilty. And I think I know where he's working as well. I saw him in Joe Gregory's car the other day. He tried to make out that Gregory was just giving him a lift to the match. It's charming, isn't it? No, hey, here's Gregory getting all the benefits while I'm spending out a fortune paying stamps to a chap who hasn't got the strength left to collapse.
Well, even if you're right, neither of them are going to admit it.
No, I know, but I think I know how I can find out by looking through Joe Gregory's wages book.
Well, Joe wouldn't give you a free look at his bubonic plague.
So we've got to get him out of there, haven't we? Joe Gregory? Oh, Fred Moffat. You've not been recycled yet, then? Now, is that nice, Joseph? Here's me. I tried to do you a kindness, and you finish up by chucking it back in my earphone. No, I was just ringing up. Did you hear anything about that little twit? Brownlow convening an extraordinary emergency meeting about extra rates for factory premises. No, well, I've only just heard about it myself. Well, seeing as it only affects you and me, I'm going straight round there now with my secretary. I suggest you do the same thing. Oh, all right, Joe, I'll see you around there. Oh, that should put the cat amongst the curmudgeons.
Didn't anyone ever tell you cheats never prosper?
Don't they? I've not known all that many go bankrupt, either. Where he keeps a wages book.
Why don't you try the right-hand drawer?
Well, it must be a hell of a size rattle behind that door, Joseph.
Well, Moffat. I thought there was something funny going on. Trying to warn me about the emergency meeting. You wouldn't warn me about the end of the world.
Wouldn't have much point, really, would there? No, I wouldn't allow a third skunk aboard the ark.
All right, Moffat. What do you want?
I want you to show a bit of sense. Mind you, I doubt if I get a spark of intelligence out of you if I use jump leads.
There's no need to be rude about it.
I knew there's no need. I do it as a hobby. Let me give you a bit of advice. Get on the phone to Harry Campbell and tell him to turn in Moonlighting for you, because I pay his stamps and it's illegal.
What are you talking about, Moonlighting? Now look, get out of my office before I call the police.
All right, but don't say I didn't warn you. Just do it before I get back or there'll be trouble.
Having a spot of trouble, old son?
What? Trouble? If he fell down, he wouldn't know which way to hit the ground.
I know. I have the same problem with my own staff, Mr. Gregory.
Mr.
Oh, you prefer me to call you Joe? That's fine by me, old son. Jack Wrigley, the new buyer from Gaffer's. Pleased to meet you, Joe.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, but I can see you're just going out. Maybe I should call back another time.
No, not. As a matter of fact, I've just bought an interest in another little company, a place called Moffat Engineering. Look, I'm going. It's not far. Do you want to get in the car? We can have a chat on the way.
That's fine by me, old son.
Get back to work, the lot of you.
I say, that's a pretty rough old banger you bounce about in, old son.
Yeah, of course, it's not my usual car, but the Jag's having a bit of a tune-up. A bit of a Ferrari about my Ferrari. Come in the office. That's a good one.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
My secretary, Betty.
Now, don't tell me this is the place, because frankly, if you got it for nothing, you've been overcharged.
I know it needs a bit of building up, you know, especially the bits that are falling down. Would you like to take a few? Betty, would you like to make us a couple of cups of whatever it is you make? Chop, chop.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. 3 tea bags full, Mr. Moffat, sir.
Mr. Moffat?
Oh, just a slight slip of the prevarication. She always forgets she's not working for old Mr. Moffat anymore. Rest his soul, eh? Hurry up with the tea, love, and don't forget to do your exercises.
What exercises?
The ones where you breathe deeply through your nose and keep your mouth shut. Very good for the figure, you know, the one at the bottom of your payslip. Now then, not a pretty sight, is it? About those, the brackets you mentioned in the car, Jack.
Oh, yes, a nice little job. 50 of them, and maybe more later. Providing, of course, we can come to some arrangement.
No, don't worry about that. I think a nice couple of bright young chaps like you and me should get on very well together, Jack. It's funny how you see eye to eye when you're in it up to your neck.
Now, don't try and get round me with soft words, old son. Try plain, hard cash. Oh, thank you for the libation, my dear.
I hope you say that when you've drunk it. Cheers. It's going to take a bit of time sorting this out. Jack, I tell you what, I'll work on it tonight. I'll let you have the price in the morning. We can take it from there.
Tonight would be better than I could give you the order straight away.
Well, you mean today's tonight?
Why not? We'll talk about it over a drink at your golf club.
My golf club?
Yeah, the Hillside Club. I've been inquiring about becoming a member. Between you and me, that's why I called round today. I thought that your influence might help to get my application through.
Yes, but you see, you see, the trouble is I don't play there much, you know. I seem to keep losing the ball in those little holes.
You don't fool me, old son. I happen to know they've just elected you captain.
Would you like me to drive you back then?
No, don't bother. I'd rather walk. Just make sure you get your Jaguar back by tonight. You can collect it at the Central Hotel at 8. Oh, and bring the little lady along. I think we two should get better acquainted. Don't be late now, or I might just change my mind.
Don't bother about that. Nice to meet you, Jack. All the best. Ta-ra. Well, you could take brass rubbings off his face, couldn't you?
Never mind that. What's all this dear old Mr. Moffat rest his soul stuff in aid of?
Because he happens to be Jack Wrigley, the new buyer at Gaffer's. He came into Joe Gregory's while I was there and mistook me for Joe. So naturally I played along with it. And now, Betty, my dear, we are getting the order that Joe Gregory isn't going to anymore.
Not until you get him into the golf club, you aren't. And not only are you not a member, you can't even play golf.
Golf's not for playing, it's for telling lies about while you're drinking.
And what if Joe Gregory turns up whilst you're there?
Highly unlikely when you've made your phone call.
Come again?
You are going to ring Joe Gregory's house, and when his missus picks up the phone, you are going to ask her in a voice like oversexed treacle to remind Joe about you meeting me at the golf club. I doubt he'll go to that club this side of his pension.
Say the clock on the dashboard keeps losing. Have you tried driving the car a bit faster? Yes. Ah, good evening, friend. Can I help you transportation-wise?
Yes, well, I'm looking for a different motive, and mine's being overhauled regularly by little boys on bikes. I was noticing that old blue road Jaguar.
Oh, there's only 19,000 on the clock.
Yes, well, I didn't actually say the clock was old, did I?
You'll be fully protected, of course, under our no-nonsense get-you-home guarantee. In the event of a breakdown, we pay for all shoe repairs while you walk into the nearest Diegos.
Do you do part exchange?
Oh, yes. I park in my car in exchange for you parking with your money.
Well, I don't suppose it'd hurt to go for a trial spin.
Oh, right. I'll just tell the petrol lad to keep an eye on the office.
Sam?
Yes?
You know that old blue left-hand drive American two-seater pickup you can't sell?
Yes.
I think somebody's interested in it.
Right. Take this gentleman for a short test run in the Jag. I'll go and achieve Mission Impossible.
Right, Gaffer, what do we do now?
About 90 miles an hour out of here. Well done. Come on. Jack, will you take Betty in the club? I just want to have a word with my chauffeur. Yeah, it'll be all right. Just tell him you're with Mr. Gregory. Right, Charlie, while you're waiting, ring Smiling Sam, tell him we're going to be a bit late. We've been held up helping this fella who's had a bit too much to drink and he's passed out.
When did we do that, Gaffer?
Should take me about an hour. Oh, there you are. Right, lovely. Now then, this is the bar. Would you like to come in? Yeah. Right. Now then, we'll just get ourselves sorted out with some embalming fluid. What would you like, better than the usual?
No, not the usual. I usually pay.
Of course, Jack, being your first time, I'm afraid you'll have to have a birdie bomb.
What's that, old son?
Well, it's a speciality of the course. You know, you have to hold it in one. Club rules.
OK, I'll join you.
Right, well, I'd like to come round the corner and a nice little empty scene. There we are. I'll go and sort out the plasma. You? Oh, so this is where you're moonlighting until the wee tiny hours, is it? No wonder you're walking about like a dog with lead fleas.
Well, I've got to work somewhere. I can't live on the wages you pay me.
Right, look, seeing as it's you can help me out with this. Pop hold of that.
Huh?
Yeah, and this one. Hang on. Yeah.
What is it?
Wait a minute, hang on, I've got another.
Wait. Is this your homemade hooch? You're not even a member here.
There's a fella sitting down there with Betty who thinks I am, and he happens to be Jack Wrigley. The only trouble is he wants me to make him a member as well.
Gaffer, why do you always find it easier to do things the hard way?
Well, he's had a few of these. He won't mind if he signs his own death warrant. Right, here, put me an ordinary ginger beer in there. That's all, right? Betty can have low-calorie water. Couple of slices of lemon. Right.
I'll get the sack.
You're getting it anyway. I'm not having you spending your working hours perfecting falling asleep as an art form.
I say, are you a member here?
What, not exactly, no. Are you?
Well, I happen to be the match and handicap secretary.
Oh, yeah, I bet you can't match my handicap, it's Harry.
Oh, you mean you're supposed to be giving Harry a hand? Yeah, nobody ever tells me anything. For heaven's sake, get him a white coat, Harry. He looks like an Oxfam reject.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Have you got a white jacket? Huh? Give us it here, quick. Hey, it's working out all right, this. I'll tell Wrigley that the captain always has to wear a white jacket and everybody else will think I'm a flaming waiter. Right, lovely. Now, don't forget, just keep them coming just like that.
Oh, well, just like that.
Now, this seventh was interesting. 350 yards in the par 4. I drove a clear 250, thought I had a great chance at a birdie, and then I had to go and shank it into the rough with my 7-iron. And it was a very bad lie.
Well, we all have to tell them sometime. Do you know, I'll not get up today. Oh, I think the track rod's gone between my eyeballs.
Perhaps I'm boring you with my golf talk. Well, let's hear about some of your golf.
I think you two must be ready for another drink.
So am I. Right. I'll go and get some. Hang on. I'll give myself a shove off. I'll be all right. Oh hell. Harry, do us the same, will you? Hey, can you make us a bit stronger? Oh, hell! I don't know what the hell's happening to me.
Hey, you stop that racket and start serving the drinks. Harry, my drink, please.
Who's the fellow with the skin-tight brain?
Please don't upset the Colonel. He's the club president. Look, take these drinks round.
Right, hell, they're a bit heavy, Harry. Well, then, here you are, sunshine.
How long have you been working here?
Oh, about half an hour.
Where's that blasted secretary?
I'm sorry.
Leave the Colonel alone, you...
I'm sorry.
There is spot of trouble, old
No, I'm sorry.
That's him. That's the man who took my car.
There's only one left. You can have it here. This is the job of the first place.
Harry, come back.
Oh, well.
Would you like to know what happened last night?
All right, Betty. Poor oil and troubled biorhythms. What did happen?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Nothing. Because I pointed out that Smiling Sam's car license was a prettier colour than anybody else's. And that Harry had been serving drinks long after time. So you were lucky they didn't call the police.
Was I? I've got to headlight the Queen Elizabeth engine room and I'm lucky.
Yes, and you're lucky that Mr. Wrigley gave me that order before they threw the two of you out.
You mean there is life after death after all?
Now for the bad news. It was made out to Gregory Engineering.
Oh, was it? Do you think we could have an instant replay of Dead Silence?
Mr. Buffett?
Pass.
Garford. John Garford. Good morning, miss.
Good morning.
Garford Engineering. I believe you used to deal with my Mr. Bostock before he retired.
Pass.
Well, this concerns Mr. Wrigley, my new buyer, and the good name of my firm. The Colonel phoned me and complained about Wrigley dressing up as a waiter and attacking members in the golf club. I had the fellow in and wormed the truth out of him.
I think my hangover's going to have a migraine.
Apparently Wrigley handed out a big order to this other chap, Gregory. They're planning some sort of funny business between them. I sacked him on the spot and cancelled the order.
Betty, do we know anybody who can mend a leaking think tank?
I want you to take over the contract.
Pardon?
I want you to take over the contract.
Oh, so do I.
Shall I make some tea?
I've had Charlie Bostock back for a while, and I said to him, you stick to the decent, reliable, honest folk you're used to dealing with, and naught can go wrong. Right then.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, Mr. Garford. Very kind of you. Thank
Morning,
you.
miss. You will call on Charlie, then?
Straight away. Thank you very much, Mr. Garford. Very nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You gold me head. I bet you never realised you were working for somebody who was honest, decent, and reliable.
Honestly, I don't know how you do it.
I'm telling you, I used to get prizes for it.
He's the gaffer. You can't try to he's the gaffer. Even when he's on the list, he's the gaffer. When his back gets the wall, at the end of the
Doesn't trust the politicians to the left or to the right, because they're all the same in office when we make it overnight. Resents the time he spends on paperwork and VAT. Keeps the money that the taxman doesn't see.
He's the gaffer.